What is going on, world? This is Black and White Sports Final Four special live from Dick's Last Resort, guys.
Dick's Last Resort.
And look who is in the house, Damon. Look
we
who
got the boys from Checkers and Records hanging out with us today on this special event.
We raced on down here.
We did. We raced over from Ingles. We had an awesome show at Ingles.
Had a great morning this morning there.
Thank you
fun
to
shows, I'll tell you what.
I'd like to say thank you to
you guys
Scott
got to
Rance
get out
and
there.
all the racers at Ingles for hanging out with us and letting us enjoy your guys' racing today.
Yeah, it looked pretty cool from what I caught. Fortunately, my phone sucks, so.
As always, David does not turn off his sound.
I'll tell you what.
Make sure you turn it on there.
No, it was here.
The mini.
Yes, Joe. Yes, Jay. We know we don't have audio.
We was there.
That was Dan's little intro insert. But since you to join us.
Join us.
I'm 140 in, so get ready.
Bring the kids, bring the family out to Ingles. That was a blast. They got a park out there. They got the racing out there. It's fun.
Yeah,
I had a blast. It's up there.
Look up there.
I'm looking all over the place. We got people out here. I'm on a motorcycle. You guys
We have special guests in the house.
Yes, we do.
We have giants behind me. Y'all can't see him, but there's a giant behind me.
That is a big dude. I feel a little.
Man,
Hey, there's your margarita with the Corona.
man.
That is a big margarita.
Big ass margarita.
Look at that.
Big margarita there.
Well, as you can see that we're here and we're
16
having a
strong.
ball. And the reason why we're down here is because this is Final Four Saturday. We got some pretty good matchups with the Final Four.
How are you guys doing?
You guys
in
have
your
been
poll?
paying attention to your brackets.
What's up?
Not doing good. How are you doing?
Oh, dude,
Get me in here.
dude, I'm gonna tell you the only reason why that I still looked at my bracket is because on this one I have Michigan State in the Final Four.
Hey, that
And
counts.
that's it.
So tonight you're shooting for something. Do you
I
have
didn't
them
even
winning
play
tonight?
You know what I mean? But
Michigan State. Sorry, you got them winning.
no. I had North Carolina
So
winning.
it's not like you can
but
even
I
get
have
points
Michigan
tonight.
State.
Michigan getting beat by Michigan State.
And this one,
Michigan winning against Michigan State.
yeah, and this one.
So you can't even get points.
And
tonight
my
on the
work
game.
one is the one I have Michigan State in the Final
Yeah,
Four.
no,
But I'm not getting
I'm
points.
just-
I'm not getting points any way it
No,
goes.
I know.
The
I
only
know.
thing I'm looking for is a winner having 6 at the end and a loser having 7 at the end, so I can get paid out.
I'm looking. Hey, I'm looking for 7 and 7. I need a 10-point or a 20-point win with 7s. So that's where I have it. But we are here we're downtown live from Dick's Last Resort, and we are just off Maryland Street. I don't know if you guys can see it real well. We had to change our we had to change our camera setup because the glare behind us was keeping us from seeing the outside. Because we got the patio door open and you can see the downtown scenery of Indianapolis. So
You couldn't
it's a
see all
pretty
this
good
man
view.
candy.
The funny thing is they sent the car guys. Sorry, I'm used to
we
mine.
have limited quantities of Checkers and Record stickers. Come on down to Dick's Last Resort and
Grab
get you
one up. But yeah, they sent the car guys out to look at the cars go by on the street. I'll be like, oh, there's a Camaro. That's nice.
All right, and
Yeah,
right before
I can deal with
and
that.
just before we get into it, we're gonna get one quick last commercial in. One quick last commercial. You have roughly 2 weeks,
You're less than 2 weeks now.
less than 2 weeks to
Okay,
like
go by that
our
beautiful place.
Black and White Sports page and like the specific post.
No.
What's
It's
that
just
for?
a page.
All you got to do now is like the page.
Just like the page, and it automatically enters you into a drawing
For what?
to win 2 tickets to an Indians game to hang out with the one and the ass.
Oh, that should be a good time.
So if you haven't been to an Indians game, it's a really exciting thing.
But I will say, if you're gonna, if you win that and you're going with those two, better bring some money because they like to drink the what is it, Sun King?
Sun King.
They drink the Sun King out there.
That's right. And folks, that is brought to you by courtesy of Executurf Grass
There he
Seed.
is.
Check them all out. Executurf.com. Oh, you know them.
So
What
come
up,
on,
Storm?
so come on down. We got some guests in the house. We got Big Storm and Mormon.
He knows that giant.
Yeah.
I got a little worried there. He was looking in. I was like, man, He's giving us the eye. Like, I'm not a big guy.
We got Big Storm in the house. That's my basketball partner from way back in the day. We got royalty in the house. We got Chef Chuck Love in the house.
Chuck Love.
And his beautiful wife and cousin. Well, his cousin's not beautiful, but his wife is.
That went sour quick. Glad you didn't hear it. That guy said
you got to make a pause there. You said his beautiful wife and cousin.
Beautiful wife.
Like, and cousin.
Take
a breath.
There was a comma.
Take a breath.
Yes. Gotcha. So, Dan, before we get into our coverage of the Final Four, let's cover the women's Final Four last night.
And I would just like to say,
we are.
Indeed.
Indeed.
And I would just like to say, yes, there she is. There she is, folks. Yes, you're live.
That is our beautiful bartender. She's slinging drinks.
Slinging 40s. She's slinging 40s.
Hey, there he is.
It's going to be a fun one tonight, guys.
He just did some type of back pirouette over the bar.
That was like a Bruce Lee meets, I'm not too sure. But
Nicki Minaj.
I don't know if he's Bruce Lee or tortilla slinger. I'm not quite sure.
That was like Jet Li and Nicki Minaj.
Man.
Jet Li and Nicki Minaj. I like that.
That's
one.
interesting.
That was a good mix.
All right, so last night the women's Final Four, they were in they were not in Minnesota.
Yep.
The women played last night. You had Baylor and Oregon.
And Baylor only beat Oregon by what?
I think it was 5 points.
As the ass said on
Did you see
Wednesday
that?
Night Live was Baylor would
It
only
says
win
I
by
settled.
6 points. That was a close one.
They were both great games.
I thought Baylor's strength will be a little bit more overwhelming, but their strength did end up winning them the game. Oregon's outstanding shooting, their outside shooting is amazing. I think what Carol Lawson last night said that they were the Golden State of women's basketball, how they run the floor and shoot threes. So I thought it was a pretty entertaining game. What part I wasn't asleep during.
Well,
And it wasn't because of the talent. Damn it, I get up at 2:30 in the morning to go to work.
Right. No,
So you can kiss my ass.
Here was the big thing. Here was the big thing. The big difference in between the teams was Baylor shot 54.4% from the field, and Oregon was only at 6.8.
Who?
Oregon.
I thought you said Urigan.
Oregon.
The hill is Urigan.
The Urigan Trail.
Yeah, you told me to take my headphones off. I can't hear
I
that.
can hear it though.
We can't hear the knob.
I'm good now. I just want to make sure.
Said,
So
yeah,
maybe
we're
we'll
black
just-
and sports.
Black and
It's black and white.
black and sport.
Black sports.
No,
It's
anytime
black and white sports with only one black guy.
Anytime you
Two.
shoot,
Your son is black.
Well,
He's
actually,
half
three.
black.
Well,
But
He's
I'm
blackish.
all right. We're
He's
black
black.
and
I'm
black.
75.6%. I'm light skinned.
No, I saw you get under the shade today. You're light skinned.
yeah, he's like
He ran for the shade, guys.
Pasty.
He threw that easy up quicker than anything.
Oh yeah.
And then the second matchup was
Anytime you lose, anytime you shoot under 40%, you're not looking for a win. You're off that night. Or I'm not taking anything away from Baylor, but Oregon was not shooting like they have been.
well. Can we give credit to Baylor's defense?
Oh yeah, Baylor's defense is phenomenal.
So it'll be an interesting matchup with the winner of the second game that was yesterday between UConn and U3's Notre Dame Lady Irish.
we are.
Come from behind. They had to
Indeed.
go on a-
That's
on
right,
a-
baby.
on a rally to win
I
that
mean,
game.
Katie Lou Samuels is awesome,
Yeah.
and I'm not even going to butcher
Say
this
it.
young lady's name. No, not Ngungwe. The
Oh, Gumbully.
the
Something like
the
that.
center for UConn. Her last name is
Oh.
Howard, but her first name sounds like Egyptian.
Yeah, I'm not going to try.
Yeah, so we're not going to do it.
So do
I
you
respect
guys
her game too much to screw her name up.
do you guys think that Notre Dame can be taken down in the final game?
I had Baylor when I filled out my bracket, and I'm sticking with it.
You're gonna stick with it?
I'm gonna
Nope.
tell you. I'm gonna tell you right now.
ND.
I'm a Notre Dame fan, and women's obviously, but watching Baylor play, Baylor's defense is going to show Notre Dame even more so than UConn did this year the twice they played them.
I think this will be. I think this will be a more interesting game myself. This women's final, possibly than the men's final.
I would agree. I would agree.
I think
ND wins it all. I
I think the difference
so.
that's going to come down in this game is going to be bench play. Notre Dame tends to play 6-7 girls.
Right.
Baylor plays about 9 to 10.
Right.
So I think the depth is going to cause an issue, and the physicality. Because if Notre Dame gets in any kind of foul trouble, if Young, Shepard, or Mbangwe,
You almost did it.
I said it the first time. But if any one of those get in trouble, Notre Dame has some issues.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to take anything away from Muffet. Muffet, she is a freaking coach.
Yes.
So,
yes.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'd
but-
play for her.
Well, I'll tell you what.
And
When it comes to
that's why I kind of lean more towards Notre Dame in this situation, because I think she will outcoach Baylor's coach.
Well, you can't go against the pantsuit.
but when it
Baylor's
comes
coach,
to
she's got the pantsuits, but
Well,
he can't go against pantsuits.
when it comes to women's basketball, if there's one person I got to take their word from, it's this man right here. So it's hard to say that really. I see what you're saying, and I almost got to go with you there, but I got to go with my heart, and I think Notre Dame pulls it out. But
well, I wouldn't expect you to do anything less.
I know.
'Cause if it was the Michigan girls playing, you already know who I was going with.
But you got to act realistic, though.
I don't know, man.
I mean, that's why I always have more than one bracket.
Okay,
enough,
what's her
fair
I
name?
got my
What's her
home
name?
bracket, and then I have my.
What's her name from Notre Dame? Mbumboy?
Yeah,
That?
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, hey,
What he said.
I gave up.
All
I
right.
gave up.
It's
So-
going to be her against Dee
Being fed.
Richards from Baylor.
Oh yeah,
Them two-
the sophomore. She's
Them
a sophomore.
two,
She's
yeah,
nice.
Them two are going to go at it in the game, and I think that
Mhm.
that besides, I mean, you got
Lonnie Brown versus Turner.
Lonnie Brown, man. That's when I told you
She's a
I was
hooper.
watching them against
She's a
Iowa
hooper.
State, and I said that to you at work the next day.
Yeah,
I
she's a
probably said
hooper.
it to you, man. That girl's good,
Yeah.
and Turner's going to have her hands full. Turner's going to have her hands full.
It's going to be a physical game. I know that. That's for sure.
And-
This is probably going to be one of the most physical female games that you're not used to seeing.
It might actually be in a better game than the men's final game.
Echo.
I guess it all
Hit
depends
the
on
knob.
who's the men's final
Echo.
game. But
Echo.
I'm gonna always. Yeah, we got choppers in the back.
Oh yeah.
That's downtown life, Indianapolis.
Sons of Anarchy.
But you know, I like that, and these teams are actually more evenly matched
Yeah.
than it looks.
Yeah.
They all have senior leadership, so they got upperclassmen, and they all have dynamic young freshmen and sophomores. So they got wisdom and they got youth. So, and they both got great coaches. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
why I went for the depth to be the key. You know what I mean? And if you want to go with some of them funny, weird things, the 2 national championships as Baylor won. They've been 7 years apart, and they've been against the Irish.
And guess what? We're probably 7
And
years
this,
away
and
right
this is
now.
the 7th year. This is the 7th year.
One and a.
So it was 2012, and then what was it? 7 years before that.
I was going to say, come on now.
5.
2005.
Do you see the smoke coming out of his ears? Courtney's
So it was
about to shut
2005,
down.
2012, and now it's 2019. So just saying.
I just
If you
think
wanna
Baylor's
run the
gonna be
numbers.
team to beat. Whoa.
I keep zipping.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, there it went.
We're dodging bottle caps over here, folks.
She may have hit that car.
No, it hit my shoulder.
It's amazing.
It was like a catch net.
Can you imagine being at the stoplight? Ting.
I should have
What?
worn my
Enrique and Bumbuke.
It
I should have worn my bottle
said
cap
it.
proof
My
jacket.
bicep.
I said it. Enrique and Bumbuke.
There
We
you
got
go.
biker boys.
Oh, biker boys with the white girl on the
I
back.
figured you wanted
No,
a,
that's all you.
you want a trophy.
No, I want a pickle. I went for the pickle.
Chuck, did you
Those
bring
do look
something in
good.
for us? Did you bring something in for us?
Oh,
Okay.
he said, "Oh yeah."
So right before, so who you got? Baylor.
I got Baylor.
I got Baylor.
Irish baby.
I wonder why my wife is
Luck of the
live.
Irish.
Yeah, I gotta say Notre Dame just out of my
I'm wondering why my
2-2.
wife is live and not down there with us.
Okay. So
What we got there, Daniel?
Because we got Chuck
I
Love.
was a little
We got the
worried,
Chuck
Cash.
Loves in the house.
What is
Commercial time.
Yes.
Commercial time.
What
What
we
we got?
have here, folks, is a little bit of Chuck Love. Chef Chekwa Venice. Check him out on Facebook. What is it? YouTube? YouTube. You're on YouTube, Facebook.
Damn, he said he's gonna be on
You said
Netflix.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
It's like I shook the hand of royalty out there.
Right, that's
I didn't
pimp
realize
status.
You thought I was playing when my guy Chuck was doing big
Hey,
things?
Like, no, I
when
didn't-
Chuck Love says Netflix and chill, he ain't playing,
right,
folks.
he ain't playing, man. He got the love in a bottle.
man.
This
What
is
is going
like
on
a-
behind me?
Fat
What
man's
is
gotta
going
smell it
on
here.
Right now.
behind me?
It
Did
is
anybody
so
see what's
damn
going on
I
behind
didn't
me?
peep that out.
Wow.
Wow.
But listen,
Check out Chuck Love on Facebook,
I mean, he just said I'll be on Netflix.
Netflix,
it was
Amazon
nothing.
Prime. This stuff is heaven
In a bottle.
In a bottle.
listen.
So are you saying
Since he started making the Chuck Love, I've probably gone through maybe 8 or 9 containers.
Oh, that's
Can we have like a BW Sports cookout? I want to try that. I just smelled it. I'm drooling.
I mean, that stuff is
Like, I
good
feel
shit.
bad if I
so
throw
are
it
you
on
saying
their
that's
food.
like Chuck Love in a bottle?
Let's try.
What'd you say?
Is that so? You're saying that's Chuck Love in a bottle?
Chuck Love in the bottle.
Boom!
If it don't taste right,
Put some
sprinkle a little love on it, baby.
Oh,
Just
snap!
sprinkle a little love on it.
And now, folks,
And again, there's another reunion or a uniting of Michigan and Notre Dame.
we're all about the love here, folks. We might bicker and banter back and forth. but
It's
you know
like Big
what?
Brother Michigan and Little Brother Notre Dame. You know what I mean?
Hold it, hold
Wait a
it, hold
minute.
it,
Wait a minute.
hold up,
Just
hold
because,
up.
just because, Chuck, you got the 2 tallest guys on your side, doesn't mean we can't scrap either. Come on now, we're gonna
No,
go at it.
we just taught you guys how to
How
play
you gonna say
football,
two
so we
tallest guys?
feel
I'm not a
good.
Michigan
So
fan.
we
I
feel
know,
good
I'm afraid
when
to
our
ask.
understudy
Oh,
becomes
yeah.
great.
Folks, if you didn't see that, you'll have to
Oh,
replay
yeah.
it. He turned around. Oh yeah.
So
No
All right.
mas.
What are we here for, Damon?
we're actually here for the Final Four.
We're not just here to have a good time.
Yeah, so we're
What do you do?
roughly about 45.
So you want to be a
Follow
baller?
You point to it. you shoot.
So we're roughly about 45 minutes away from the first tip-off of the Final Four. And
Who's
our
first game?
matchup is Auburn and Virginia.
What?
Auburn and Virginia.
I might have to
What?
pee on that.
There was an R in there. I heard the R.
Now from West Virginia.
Wow.
Well, that's West Virginia. That's Virginia down there.
Come on, man.
But yeah, we got Auburn and
Whoa,
West
that
Virginia
changed up.
is our first matchup. And you know what?
Jazz J.
I like this matchup.
Oh,
This might be really both matchups are pretty good. But
Yeah.
I like it how you got first off, let me back up. Let's give props to Virginia. What a way to come back from that epic debacle of the first round of the tournament last year.
And you come out and stomp
That's an
North
understatement.
Carolina. I mean, you didn't just beat them; you embarrassed them.
I mean, so you went from, the laughing stock, kind of like how we Michigan felt when we lost to
Appalachian State. I
Appalachian
remember
State.
that one.
Well,
Who's
Mich-
Appalachian State? I have no idea. They
You
beat
know,
Michigan, though.
I got all the jokes,
Well,
How many?
What
For us Notre
battery?
Dame
What
fans,
kind of
Michigan
battery
is a
does it
joke.
take to power Michigan Stadium? Oh, one double
Hold on,
A.
hold on. One double A.
Yeah, I got it. I got all of it. Yeah, whatever.
I just wanted to put the.
who
the
was it
headphones
they
on
got
to
beat
hear
by
that.
again?
Chuck Love turned around when
So-
we started talking Appalachian State.
I'm sorry, what? I didn't hear you.
We said Appalachian
Hey,
State. We
hey,
started going
his double A ran out.
You're Appalachian.
I'm a Cowboys fan, man.
He does nothing but live in the past.
I'm a Cowboys fan.
So he's been living in the past for a long time.
Since I was about 5.
I've seen
man.
pictures. I've seen
Is
pictures.
this like Rodney's
Oh,
Pittsburgh
this-
room?
Oh, dude,
Put
his-
Rodney's to shame.
Hey, Rodney's Pittsburgh room is nice.
That
But
Rodney
Chuck,
does have a nice
hey,
Pittsburgh room.
Chuck Love's Michigan room is
Oh, look at that stain.
Chuck, you got helmets and stuff up.
This is why we like.
It's got
coming downtown.
autographs.
It's dented in the
Yeah.
front.
We got autographs and
Was it?
pictures
Yeah.
of coaches.
See, I would like to have
It
somebody
must
to
have
wear.
clutch.
I could have a helmet from each college around the room. I think that'd be cool.
See, I'm only 10 teams.
Right. 40s, man.
I'm all
Obviously-
team, baby.
Obviously, you haven't been paying attention
No,
because
I'll take a little 12 ounces.
it was
man.
like everybody at the table has a 40 ounce.
And you got
But
a
you.
little gumball.
I just saw you with a little cup. I didn't see.
we got 40 ounces of freedom, baby.
When we came to Dick's Last Resort, we literally thought she was joking, folks, when she said, "I'll bring you a 40 and put it in an ice bath." We're like, okay. She literally brings 2 40s
There's
in
ice
an ice
bath.
bath.
There's a 40.
I will say, I forgot where we were for a second. I walked in. The bartender says, "You're new here. What do you want?" I about turned around and said, "What the hell?"
Yeah, I'm not drinking it.
Howdy goes,
Guys, it's a good time here. It's a good time.
So,
I'm trying to find a bartender.
I'm getting looked at.
I was just
You know
looking at your earrings, man. I like them. I'm liking them.
You like
He's
my
got the
black-
bling
you like my
bling
bl-
in
no.
the-
They're not black. They're my birthstone, like opals.
You're what?
Black onyx. I'm sorry. Like
First
onyx.
off,
Like slam.
Hey,
Da, da, da,
hey,
da, da, da.
Please don't throw them at him.
Go smash 40 ounces of Trade. Trade.
why are you yelling? I thought the bottle was coming after the cap.
So as we're getting our refills of our 40 ounces,
Yes.
Yep. There's a reason I duck, people.
this is
There's a reason I duck.
you're the bartender. You gotta
Damon.
bring that shit
Damon.
around here.
Damon,
Right?
it is not
I
pronounced
might switch
40
to a white
ounce.
Russian.
Okay.
I don't know.
And we need
We're getting
one
refills
white
on some
Russian
40s.
for the
40s,
virgin.
some
Some
40s. You got some 40s.
Yeah. If I'm the virgin.
Oh!
Caught it, baby.
Ole, 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 ole.
Wow. All right.
So if you haven't figured it out, yes, we are downtown
And I caught
Indianapolis.
that.
And-
I caught it.
We are live downtown Indianapolis at Dick's Last Resort. We're
at?
off the corner of
Damn it,
Maryland and what the hell is that?
Illinois.
Illinois.
We're just next door to the steak and shake downtown, folks.
She
Right
said,
underneath
pick
the
that up.
mall.
We are just north of the Red Garter.
Yes, the Red Garter. Maybe
Just north.
maybe we could do a show there.
Nope.
I have done several shows there.
That will
Jasmine
be-
is watching.
That one would be exclusive. All right, so back to the first game and why we're here because we don't want to talk up our time.
Nope.
So we got Auburn and we got Virginia in the first game.
I took Virginia.
Virginia's the number 1 seed in this one, and I think they were the third number 1 seed because you had Duke, Gonzaga.
Well, Auburn's
No,
without a
Gonzaga
key
was
player.
last. It was Duke, North Carolina, Virginia, and Gonzaga. So Virginia is the one remaining ACC team and ACC number 1. It looked pretty good. They got a nice, strong guy is a hell of a shooter.
Yep.
They give him any kind of daylight. I don't know where. Is from here?
He went to
from here.
Manual.
Man, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
I ain't got no damn
Wow.
manual.
No, he is from here.
Manual.
It may have been North Central.
But I know Henry is from Ben Davis
Okay.
on Michigan State.
Okay.
He was from Ben Davis.
But isn't
We're not there yet.
Auburn's minus a key player in this game? though.
David, hang out with a bunch of tall people.
I don't know where's
What's his
that
name?
boy's
Okiki?
Okiki, that's it.
You know your
Shikwa,
break song,
no,
right?
Shikwa Okiki, and he's a beast. I thought with him getting hurt that they weren't going to finish that game out to go to the Final
I
Four.
thought that was going to be the key.
I thought
to
that was
turn
it for
around,
them.
And it's like, okay, now
But-
here it comes.
Oh, they play a point guard is dynamic.
They were non-stop lights out
Yes,
in the arch.
yes.
I mean, the whole second half.
I mean,
it was-
they shot the eyes out of the net.
Oh
dude.
man, and Carolina couldn't hold the ball, and that's not taking anything away from Auburn's defense. I think Auburn is strong. I think Auburn was peaking. I cannot see Auburn winning against Virginia. I think Virginia's fate is to get back to the.
Or get where they should have been last year.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Okay,
agree
but-
with Dan on that
but-
one.
I think with Okiki playing for Auburn, they could pull the game out. It would be a good game, and I think it'd be close. But I think they win. But without Okiki, I don't see Auburn hanging with Virginia. I think Virginia is going to come out with the up-tempo offense and really run and gun.
But that's not Virginia's game.
Virginia's
If Virginia gets in the up-tempo game with Auburn, they're going to lose.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're going to have
know.
to. Virginia they run in spurts. They didn't run with Duke. They didn't run with North Carolina in the season. They played their game, which is a more controlled game where they run stuff and they get layups and open shots. If you get up in a run game with Auburn, you're going to lose.
Okay, but hold on. You take that, and yes, they are known for what you said. But so Auburn's prepared for that, where if Virginia comes out and does a run and gun offense for the first couple minutes, you surprise Auburn, and they're not ready
Back up
for
just a little bit.
it. So they're not ready for it, so you get them out of their comfort zone.
There we go.
And that could be, Virginia could set the tempo of the game that way.
I mean, you can set the tempo. When you start changing what you do to get you where you're at, that's when you get into problems. Run your stuff.
True.
You got there because your stuff is better than whoever else you've been playing.
Hey, man, this is my dream, and I'll tell it the way I want to.
So, but this is my sport, and I'm going to tell you how that shit works. Hey, bartender, how you going to put this shit on the bar and not bring it over?
For you.
All right.
We're going to tip him then.
All right. I'll grab y'all beers all night.
We're going to go get the other black chick.
Oh!
He can say that.
Oh, wow.
He can say that.
Yeah.
Is that what she was yelling at?
No.
Clean
That's
up them
Amanda.
BDBs on the back of the neck.
I'm
Neck.
leaving after this beer.
No, but what I think is, it's a long tournament. And these guys, after that game with North Carolina, I think they're wore out. I think I'm not going to say Virginia just runs all over them, but I think that, like you said, I mean, they kind of beat their.
Listen,
I think it's going to be a tough game for them to come out and take Virginia.
wins this game.
This is the Final Four.
I'm
If
with
you are tired or you need
Are you
motivation for the Final Four, then you shouldn't be here.
No, that's what in the AFC NFC Championship game. That's what those guys say. That we just played our hardest game that last week
So,
to get into that game.
That's an excuse you use when you lose.
That's what the Cowboys said. I
That's
guess.
an excuse. Well, you're used to that excuse.
You said it. You
Hold
said
on,
it.
guys. Hold on, everybody. Echo.
Guys, come down to Dick's. It's a fun time.
Oh, yeah,
What's her
that's
name?
close.
She never told us her name.
What is your
She
name?
never told us her name.
It's
Brittany, bitch.
It's Brittany, bitch.
Ooh, I like Brittany.
Chris will go home with Brittany.
This is Black and White Sports. This is our parental advisory show.
Hello, Chad.
yeah.
We done threw PG-13 out the window.
Yes, we should have put an explicit warning
Yep,
on the
forgot
before
that
this
one.
one.
Oh, well. that's
But
all right.
anyway, well, it's almost like a foregone conclusion that we have an agreement that Virginia is going to win the first game.
Yep,
I
I'm with
agree.
Virginia.
I agree.
Virginia.
That's
But I
what I
think
tried to
Virginia.
told you the whole
I
time.
think it's going to be. I tried to tell
But we have to talk about it. We can't just say Virginia.
I think it's going to be
Done,
a closer
go.
game. I
Yeah.
think it's going to be a closer game than people may think. I think it's
I
gonna
didn't
come
say it's
down
going to be a
to-
blowout.
No, I think it's going to come down to the last 3 minutes of the second half. Virginia will start to kind of show who Virginia is this year.
It doesn't matter.
It
Doesn't matter as long as
Look at
they
that
win
aerial
by,
item
as
out
long
there.
as somebody wins by 10
Nissan.
and it
Wait.
ends in 7.
Hey,
That's all
Look
that
at that.
matters.
She's waving.
can you
Look
say
at
that one girl's name again, Damon?
An aerial Adam, baby.
Enrique
That was
Mbumake.
sweet. No, that's an
Very
aerial Adam.
good.
That is. It looks like a little Indy car. Man. Like I said, you got the car guy. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Guys. Ooh.
No, we're just looking at the fact that this guy's shirt is way too small.
Ooh.
He's
Oh,
gone.
he's got an extra medium.
I thought you were talking about the big guy on the crotch rocket. I love seeing big guys on crotch rockets. Big guys
Hey,
on
you
crotch
better
rockets.
stop talking to Chuck Love
He's
like
Oh,
that.
hold up. Look at my boy on the bike right there. Look at my guy on the bike.
Man, hey, I didn't know 8-Ball and MJG
Dude, that
was
bike
in town.
is struggling right now.
I didn't know 8-Ball and MJG was in town.
That's next week.
Man, that's E40.
That's next
He
week.
looks like he's on that bike.
Hey, them shots is good. Them
No,
good
they
pair of
ain't.
shots.
They're saying, "Damn, get off me!"
They need to put him on records.
Dude, that thing's 1,000 cc, but it's only running like a 500.
See,
I thought you were gonna say 5.
I can't get my record. I
Hey.
can get my credit for my record.
I got you.
I got you. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
He catching what you throwing.
Oh man, guys, we're having a good time out here at Davis.
Yes. No.
Wonderful.
Hey, if you hadn't made it down here yet, we're still live for about
Yeah,
another
you better get down
29
here.
minutes, maybe 35, because we got to go up into the game time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Hey, and whatever you do,
Sean just
watch
got
out for
felt up
Brittany,
by a
man. She's a
senior.
little rough.
That's Brittany, man.
Sean just got
Yeah.
felt up by a senior.
I went back like that, and I kind of bumped her.
Hey, that
and
was
she
a
like, "Oh,
category
it's
on
okay."
Pornhub. Grannies and young studs. Again, this was not the regular Wednesday PG show.
No,
Not at all.
This is rated R.
it's almost X without the nakedness,
Jasmine Vidal, take
Yeah,
you
I'm
night.
not getting naked. I'm not getting naked.
dude. I done told you I ain't touching Floyd's knob or Damon's knob. Ain't happening.
Yeah,
That's a carb day.
because if I was to get
I
naked
ain't
right now, I'd
having
break
it.
the
You know
internet.
Not
Hey,
happening.
if I'm not mistaken, Howard, you're the only person that's been to Floyd's Knob, right?
You've been to Floyd's knob?
Negative, Ghost Rider.
Negative. Darn it.
All right, so
I hit the knob and he was all right. So
Because Tommy Boy and I, we have Floyd's button.
We do have the button.
you have a button.
oh
Is
yeah,
it
They
is it a
actually have
tattoo
button.
around your belly button?
No, Matt
You wanna
Gordon
see it?
has
I'll
one
show
of
you.
those, though.
Again, this is not the X version. Oh,
I wasn't going to do it. I just figured it'd be a little joke between you and I there.
Actually,
He
you might
about
need to
lost
find
it.
him a ride home.
Yeah, after one beer, I'm gone.
Long day.
Long day out.
Christy, break out the vinyl sheets tonight.
You're right. He's had 340s.
Wow.
I'm just going to add one to whatever it is.
I was gonna say what? And I ain't even had the second one yet.
I'm the reason guy's the other guy. I don't get it.
I don't get it
There's
either.
another word on there. I didn't get it.
We'll be here for a while.
You here all night?
We'll be here.
You should.
We'll be here
Hey.
through the first game,
This is my
and
new
we'll
best
do.
friend right
we'll
here.
be here through the first game, and then we'll go live in like timeouts and shit like that, and then we'll do like a 20-minute in between games, and then that's a wrap.
Yep.
For
so Damon,
dicks.
so Damon's just gave you the schedule for the rest of the night. We will be going live on this point up into the tip-off of the first game. We will be going live on our page from around the restaurant, bar all night through the game. And then after the first game, we will be right back here for live show for about 15 minutes or so to see, to recap the first game and to throw in our last thoughts on the second game. So we
Hey,
are.
What was your last join in?
What?
What was your last join in on there?
Stephen Adsme was the last join in here.
Yeah,
What?
I'm ready to switch.
So I want to thank everybody that I see right here. Dustin, Mary, Andy, Courtney, PL, Stephen, thank you very much.
I'm going to put a
Storm's
shameless
over
plug in
here.
here.
Big Storm's
Chuck
right there.
Love's
That's my
over
new best
here.
friend.
Shameless plug. 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Checkers and Wreckers. Check it out. We have a local celebrity 500 pick coming in, guys. I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah,
That's all
Tommy
I'm
Boy,
gonna say.
zip it.
Yeah.
She said
www.zipit.com.
celebrity.
Hold on. What
Tune
number
in.
did I say was his mic? So I can
Tune
cut it
in.
off?
Yeah. Can you please
Tune
shut
in.
Tommy Boy's mic
11
off?
o'clock a.m.
Man.
Check it out.
All right.
Always throwing shade.
So Virginia is a round table pick for the first game, right?
Yes, Virginia.
All right.
Yep.
Virginia.
I'm back.
Virginia.
No, it's
Seriously?
Virginia. Virginia.
Yeah,
That's
you
what I
didn't
said.
know.
Virginia.
I don't know what you heard. That's what I said. That's the bad
Virginia.
part of not having
Headphones
headphones on. See?
I don't usually hang out with none of these guys. I mean, they're bad influences.
I mean, we made him shave his beard off. Now
They
he doesn't
did.
look like Santa.
They did.
All right, so
I don't
You
look
were
like
gonna
Papa
throw the
Smurf
kids off
anymore,
tomorrow.
Christy.
You're gonna throw the kids off tomorrow. He's gonna come in. He's gonna be
Addison's gonna be like, "Hey, guess whoa."
Oh no! Last night when I was over there picking up the microphone at Dan's house, Jasmine came on the garage. She's like, "That's not Big Chris." I'm like, "Yes, it is." She goes, "No, it's
looks
not."
like Big Chris.
I mean, come on! I only had a beard for like 6 months.
Yeah. Damon,
I started in No Shave November.
Really?
Yeah. 5 months. Sorry, I was off by one. Well, just like you said, Oregon was going to win by 6 or whatever the
I
frick you
said
said.
lose by 6.
That's what I said.
Damon
You didn't
said
hear me.
A margin.
Okay, but so no different than when I was
Brittany,
on.
bitch.
Now that sounded bad.
4 shots of crown.
No.
I gotta do
Oh, you
one
got
shot.
a little rumble mix.
No, oh, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it, or you're fired.
All right, you want a white Russian then?
Yeah, I'll do an Irish
Ooh, okay, 1 Irish car bomb. Whatever the hell he wants, 2 crowns.
No shots of crown for Tommy boy. He ain't getting that wild. I think they pulled the mic away from
He
me.
doesn't want whiskey.
I got 3 kids. It ain't gonna happen. It's all good.
There we go again. There we go again.
I got 3 kids, and I'm taking the shot too.
Well,
What do you know about Viagra?
Because he told me.
yeah, I'm on it.
What do you want?
Viagra and sports go together.
Crown, 3
It
crowns.
helps the heart.
Keeps it pumping.
I read it, and Jose can say.
All right, Damon.
What?
Second game of the night.
It's
get into
between Texas Tech and Michigan State. I don't want to call it
Texas Tech's going to win Muck Fishigan.
Muck Fishkin.
I think it's hard to go against Izzo. I mean, really. I mean, the coach itself.
I'm sorry, I
He's not
cannot
the one
root
on
for
the court.
Michigan State. It will not happen. I don't care if they are going to win. I won't. Texas Tech's going to win.
No, really.
Angel, that is your husband's best friend. Doesn't give a crap about your team.
Not one. Not one.
Still for your team, even though we like to beat up on them.
Angel knows I love her
I love beating
as a
up on
friend.
But we didn't beat them on. We
Michigan
lost it 3
State-
times.
No.
I
can't do it.
Well,
I don't know.
this game to me,
I think
The
this
Red
game-
Raiders, baby.
this
Red
game-
Raiders.
This game will be the better one of the 2.
yeah, this game is a little more intriguing to me because I like unknown about Texas Tech.
Well, here's the thing. If Texas Tech can come out and get hot right off Jump Street, it's over. It's over.
I wouldn't say it's
I'm
over.
never going to say that.
I'm saying it's
because
over.
You got
because-
Tom Izzo.
because Tom Izzo, one
Tom
is a
who?
turner. Izzo. One
Izzo.
he's a that's just
He
okay.
Oh, Rizzo.
we all have our bias of who we don't like or we don't, but like we still call games and we still think by the numbers or by the unbiasedness of it. Now you
I'm
cannot go.
biased on
You
this
can. You, then, okay, then we'll just cut his mic. Well,
I don't remember which one's whose.
so I mean, but you can't credit the fact that Tom Izzo is a national championship winner, and he knows what he's doing. He is a tournament style coach. You know what I mean? He can finish 3rd, 4th in the Big Ten and still win the whole thing because he's a tournament style coach. You got him, Calipari, Beeline at Michigan, and you got Krzyzewski. You know, those are all tournament style coaches. It's a 1-game win. So if
It's
you give
Keselowski.
them one opportunity to come up with a game plan, you got a shot. You know what I'm saying?
I think like he's saying if they come out hot, you know, like you guys said, if Izzo can make that change come the last 3 quarters of the game.
right.
I mean,
And
as long
then-
as he's not too deep.
As long
like
as
I said,
he's-
he's not
Hold
the
on,
guys.
hold on.
He's not the guy on the
We're
court.
in college, Sean.
I said the last 3 quarters of the game, not the last 3rd quarter. I said 3 quarters of the game. Help me out there. I know there's 2 halves.
I was trying to throw shade like Sean does everybody.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
So,
I'm with
but-
you.
I think Izzo, he's that top tier coach. I mean, you got Krzyzewski, you got those guys out there. The
and he's a
Williams.
multiple national championship winner, so he knows
He's
what
been there.
doing.
He's done that.
And when you have a point guard, you have a dynamic point guard like you do with Cassius Winston. It's hard to go against Cassius Winston. And, you know, I know this is my team, Michigan. We've had the 3 games that we played against Michigan State. we've had double-digit leads at some point in time in the second half in that game. The first game was at Michigan. We were up 11 with about 13 minutes to go in at half. Michigan State wins. Second game, they're in East Lansing, and Michigan's up by 12 with 8 minutes to go in the game. Michigan State wins. The third game, Michigan's up by 14 in the championship game, and guess what? Guess what? Michigan State wins. So you can't not go against the fact that Tom Izzo is a game time or a position time coach. He will get them in a position, and when you got a point guard like Cassius Winston, he's not fast, he don't jump high, you know what I mean? But he gets to every spot that he needs to get on the floor, and there's no better pick and roll guard in college basketball than Cassius Winston.
Yeah, and I think it's hard now at this point in the tournament to rule out Michigan State as not being the final winner. I mean, with Izzo, like you said, I mean, he's been there, he's done that, he's got the experience. Well, granted, your guys don't, but nobody in that tournament does.
And we can't credit the fact that that Izzo has 3 seniors on that team.
Here's the thing I was getting ready to say right there is we talked about that the other night on our Wednesday night show, and I made the comment that be another one and done team to win the tournament anytime soon because of that. You got a coach and you got a program that puts together everything in a package, and when you have leadership in a tournament, that right there solidifies why you're here.
I agree.
I agree.
I
mean, you never.
You can't deny that.
I have nothing against the one and done player. I got nothing against it. That's the way that the college basketball scene is right now. But if you look at it, I know we talked about it Wednesday night on our show that one and done teams aren't winning.
They're not.
There's only been 2 teams to win
because they don't care about a team. They're not a team. They're playing for themselves.
You can't build a program
when you know that guy's leaving
with an 18-year-old that's going to leave when he's 18 still.
So okay, let me ask you two this, and I don't think you've talked about this, but is I believe they're allowing the guys to come out of the high school now in 2020, 2021?
2022.
Okay. So is that the answer, though? Do you let those guys jump and do that and then avoid the one and done, if you will?
No.
Is that a way to avoid the one and done and start that team mentality? Or are you still going to have the one and done?
You can still have, in essence, in theory, you can still have the one and done, even if they still go when they go back to the high school.
They're not going to have no one and done though, because the G League's coming out, and the G League's going to take everybody that's one and done in that league. Until
the G League starts paying these guys more than what the scholarship is worth, you're not going to see them start going to the G League.
What other big guys?
Not everybody's smart about it.
Besides Kobe and LeBron, out of high school, what other big guys were there?
Kevin Garnett.
Well, the guys that came out that made an impact,
right? That's what I'm saying.
That continued their career and became Hall of Famers.
So you got those 3 that I.
So you got Kobe, LeBron, and Garnett.
That's all.
I mean, there's other ones that come out,
but right. That's what I'm saying.
Because I think the last one was Sean Livingston, wasn't it? Was Sean Livingston the last one to come out of high school?
No, it was.
The last one I remember is LeBron, but I know it's probably a lot.
Oh, there was the next year. The year after LeBron was the last year. It was 2. I think it was the next year after LeBron.
Shortly after is when they started that.
Yeah, the year after.
They cut that off
because the year after was Greg Oden and Mike Conley.
Okay,
and they
win.
Greg Oden would have went first, and he went to Ohio State.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay.
Conley did come out that year, right?
They came out as freshmen.
Right.
Yeah.
One and done.
Yeah.
Right.
So I guess,
and they played their national.
But they didn't have the G League or whatever back then, correct? They had the Europe.
They had a developmental league, but it wasn't like
they didn't have a developmental league. They had the summer league.
Okay, the summer league. That's what I meant. Like the
well, they didn't have anything like the European.
No. The Fort Wayne was there, but they didn't go to that. It was you got drafted
That's right. You played in the summer league and that was it, or you got picked up on practice squads.
Well, the summer league is only for players that were drafted, and then players that they asked to come into camp.
Okay.
So it's not like the summer league is,
in
like
my
the
mind,
combine.
it sounds like this is the answer to that kind of the one and done. If you want to try to do it out of high school, go ahead and do it. But you might it might be like baseball where you get stuck in the double A's for the rest of your life.
Oh, let's not talk about baseball.
But
that's part of it. Really.
But the difference is in the double A, you have an opportunity to make money.
Okay.
And that's the difference.
So they don't.
they're
really,
not making
they're not
any money.
anything
So
of
you
it.
got to make money. That's
And
the
really, I don't
difference.
know if AA is really making much.
But
But I mean,
Making more than what they would.
Cheers.
yeah, but
Cheers,
I don't think that you'll.
Over the lips, through the gums. Look out, belly. Here it comes.
Amir Johnson? Was this the same year?
That's so gross.
Okay.
Amir Johnson.
There was Martell Webster, Andrew Bynum,
Letterman Lanigan.
Yeah, I
Gerald
remember Bynum.
Green,
Yep,
CJ
Gerald
Miles,
Green. Yep,
Devontae
CJ
Ellis,
Miles.
Lou Williams, Andre Blotchy,
Is it Moo or Mo?
and Amir Johnson.
That's Mo Williams, isn't it?
What? Lou?
Mo. You say Lou or Mo?
Lou.
I thought he was saying. I thought he was
Sweet
saying
Lou.
Moo Williams.
Yeah.
The LA team.
So, but anyway, back to, that's a whole nother show that we can get into with the development of
I
the
realize
one
you
and
got
done going out of college and how it affects the NBA in all kind of ways. But back to our second game with Texas Tech and Michigan State. Texas Tech is a new face, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? You don't really hear Texas Tech in basketball so much. You did a little bit when Bob Knight went there, but for the most part, you don't really hear about Texas Tech in basketball.
Who's the coach? Where did the coach? Who did that coach with?
I said to get it up the wrong.
Was it Izzo? No, he coached with some Storm.
So he was on the bench of somebody.
Yeah, he was an assistant.
I think Izzo.
Who did the Texas Tech coach, assistant coach with? That was a big name. Was it? It wasn't
Izzo?
Knight. Was it Knight?
No, I don't think it was Knight. I think it was Izzo.
It was somebody.
Part of
I
his
can't
tree.
remember.
It's hard to tell because right now Coach K has the biggest tree in college
Coach K,
basketball.
but I know it wasn't Coach K. I
Yeah.
do know it was not him. But yeah,
So-
he's got winning in his blood. He knows how to do it. But again, you've never been where you're at
It's
now.
different. It's not. Yeah, I know. It's like we take the reference, out of football, where we say it's one game at a time, or it's the same game. We treat it like it's the same
Any given
game.
Sunday.
It's not the same game. It's not. This is the Final Four. This is the national championship. You don't approach the Super Bowl like it's the same game.
No, not at all.
Because
No.
it's not. There's so much more that you have to manage, so to speak. So if you are Mormon, so
No, he don't let white people call him that.
I didn't say anything.
He don't.
Dude, I'm beginning to think the ass is an undercover racist.
undercover, you don't like whites. You don't like whites.
We're not going to get into this conversation right now.
So,
But I will
Um,
say, I just got an
People.
update on my phone. Ray Hall Letterman Lanigan Racing is front row at Barber Motorsports Park.
I'm glad you got that in there.
That's exciting news.
Check
to
his
me.
records. 11:00.
I don't.
So-
blame you. Can't blame you.
so I think Texas Tech is gonna. I think the lights at the beginning is gonna be a little much.
Yo, VIP.
You know what I mean? And
Let's
then
kick it.
they'll settle down. But I think the wisdom and the experience of Izzo is going to keep Michigan State to the hump where they push on to the final game.
Well, like you're saying, with this being a new, like it's a whole new level. It's a whole new area. They ain't been here with the Super Bowl. You got that 30-minute halftime. With this game tonight, you got more commercial TV timeouts than you've ever had before. That
Yeah.
that
And it
slows
throws
down
off
your
pattern.
game.
It throws off your pattern.
Absolutely.
Every little
Because-
thing like that will.
Izzo's
take
prepping
off.
these guys.
Yes, but from coming from, even though 90% of your games are televised, you have your TV timeouts and stuff, but you have a certain amount. But once you get to this, you have all
There's
the
more.
sponsorship, all the
Absolutely.
advertising, you have more.
Yep.
So that's an adjustment you have to make. But then you got all the
Thought we were about to see someone get rear-ended.
and you're in a
Just don't
a
come
Toyota Camry.
Don't knock the Camry, dude. Don't knock the Camry.
It's on
That's
first
what I'm
floor.
driving at, right over there.
But it's just I like Michigan State's their experience in it because
Absolutely.
coming into this, you're blind eye. I think you're going to give a good game, but
You don't have a bad team on the floor, and you got one of the best coaches coaching you. You've got the best coach of all four right now.
definitely best
By
coach of all
far.
four.
So I think, like I said, it's hard not to say that they're not going to win the title, really. I think they take it tonight, and I think they take it overall.
So you got Michigan State in the second game?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Texas Tech.
Red Raider,
Michigan
baby.
State.
Michigan State?
Yep.
I'm going to go Michigan State by 4.
Lock him in.
By 4.
Is that by the
Lock them in.
I did Floyd's knob from the opposite side there.
Keep your grubby
Tommy
fingers
Boy
off our
touching
board.
I'll just mess with my button from now
Don't
on.
be touching Floyd's knob in front of all these guys.
Trap off my
I'm making people jealous hitting Floyd's knob here. Look out!
Okay, we're to the final game. We're to the final game.
So
We had Michigan State against Virginia. Howdy has Texas Tech versus Virginia, right?
Brittany's trying to find an order here.
oh, she mad.
That's not Brittany.
She mad. Hey, she's
Oh,
still
that's
mad.
not Brittany.
She's still mad.
That ain't Brittany.
Yeah, she's still
I
mad.
gotta turn around.
Look,
I'm gonna
look,
she's
try
a
to-
look, she
disgruntled
said something
waitress.
as she walked by. Look, yeah,
She said that was my table.
Did you really?
I saw it. Look.
I'll pour a little gas on the.
Brittany!
Hey,
I'll pour a
Brittany!
little gas on
Hey,
it.
Brittany!
Hey, Brittany!
Brittany! That sound like a little. That sound like some animosity on that.
Uh-oh.
Oh!
Miguel, come on. Tell him.
Better handle your
Hey,
shit.
Paco, come get your food. It's dying in the window.
Hey, mind your business, damn it. Y'all stay over here.
You are my business.
Mind your business.
Uh-oh.
Get through.
Man, she putting her shit all up
Then
on
you better go sideways.
You better go sideways. All right.
Big Storm's like, yeah, buddy.
So real quick, let's kind of look around us, man. We are downtown.
I can see the Palomino bar.
I've got a really good view out of
I
here.
can see
It's
Ruth
nice.
Chris.
I see Chick-fil-A.
This is
Where?
Chick-fil-A. Where the heck?
You know,
Yep,
that big
fair
ass
enough.
sign that
Oh,
say
dude.
Chick-fil-A.
Okay,
I'm
Chick-fil-A
looking up.
right there.
No, I'm
It
with the Chick-fil-A. Boom, right there.
So,
I will
It's
go to
not
Chick-fil-A
open tomorrow,
right
Next to
now.
P-
not
nope.
open on Sundays, folks.
Next to PF Chang's.
And we are at Dick's Last Resort, showing our BDE.
You like Dick's, don't you?
I like Dick's Last Resort.
I like mine.
Yes.
Shut up, guys.
We're showing our BDE here at Dick's Last Resort.
What is
downtown.
BDE?
What is
BDE.
Big Dick Energy.
Oh.
That's what they say here.
That's what it is. That's what I get it. I didn't just make the shit up.
right.
I'm not that good.
Big dick energy.
Keep your damn hands off my button.
He ate
a knob.
button,
It ain't
it's
a
a knob.
button.
Hold on.
That's Floyd's knob.
I wish I could replay that real quick because I'm sure that would have blown my eardrums
Try
when Tommy Boy
Try it
over
there.
here ate the
Because I
mic.
did big
Ate
dick
it. He ate it.
energy.
He's
Okay.
trying to have face.
taking selfies by himself.
Take selfies of us, man. Oh no. That's right. Exactly. See, there you go.
Somebody
You mean
push
you
the
get
girl
Chuck
over with
Love
the
on
Kentucky
camera?
shirt on. Somebody push over the little girl with the Kentucky shirt on.
Oh,
I see her
boy.
now.
This
wouldn't mess with her.
is
She looks mean.
the one right here. I am the ass right here.
And he is ass, too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
This is Black and White Sports Final Four special live. from
Hey, Adam
Dick's
Silver's
Last
going to come
Resort.
in.
It's like he don't care about us. He introduced the
I'm-
one in the ass, and then he said, "This is
I'm-
black and white."
We're just
you
leftovers.
ruined my segue.
Hey, take the mic. Turn the mics off.
Oh,
Hit
I'm
the
just gonna
mic.
turn them all off because I don't remember which one's which. Yes, folks, this is the first time. This is kind of like witnessing Batman for the first time. You've never seen us four all in the same place at the
seen us.
same time.
Hey, I'm going to hit her insert. We were at the bar Wednesday night, and this dumbass bartender of ours, who we love, Leo, this ass tried to tell me and him that Batman, the name Batman, comes from Marvel and from DC Comics,
We about
he's
lynched
the
that
Dark
guy.
Knight.
Oh my God. about Lynch.
Hey man, I thought I was gonna hang. I'm not a DC guy,
Is that
but
his
I'm not
new
that damn
Tinder
dumb. Look at the look he's giving me. That's the look I gave him. He's like, no, Batman name comes from Marvel. And when he was on DC, he was the Dark Knight.
That's like saying George Lucas didn't write Star Wars.
Wrong.
But anyway, real quick.
That's like saying Superman is
guys.
DC and the Man of Steel is Marvel.
Yeah. Come on, Leo. These guys right here are checkers and wreckers. We got
Howdy.
Tommy Boy. No, you're not Howdy. That's Howdy.
Well, hello.
Howdy.
This is Tommy Boy.
Tommy, like
That
wingy.
is Howdy. Yeah.
Tommy like wingy.
wingy.
Tommy can have a wing if he wanted wing.
Oh,
If you like
I've looked at this menu already over here. I'm ready to order.
Got some
I'm
good
gonna
stuff.
chow down.
We're just four fat guys talking sports.
Can we change that?
Give one to Chuck Love.
Hey, check these guys out every Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. Checkers and Wreckers, folks. You know where we're at every Wednesday night live from Stadium Tavern, 802 Southwest Street in Indianapolis. And we are getting ready to give our picks of the national championship in basketball.
Because we're the four sportsmen.
We are the four sportsmen. Brittany Beach!
I know that bartender need to get that game on the channel. Quit
Yeah, hey.
playing games.
Channel 4. Channel 4. Channel 4.
I mean, there is a basketball game. Okay, come on.
There's what? What is
It's
going on?
always weird.
Hey, don't make me come
There's a
across that
game tonight?
bar.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's some softball going on here.
Make me come across that bar.
Shake it, fast.
I was.
Show me what you want to win.
I think Chris is digging Brittany.
Oh, I think Chris and Brittany, we gotta.
Chris needs some brown sugar.
I think a bachelor party, bachelorette party's behind us here.
Hey, girl, hey.
Did they smile?
Yeah, a little bit.
Did they? Or
She
they
looked
just
annoyed that the black guy talked to her.
Oh my God! Keep walking
Sean.
faster.
Sean, you know what? Last week, Mike Kanowski picked the IndyCar winner and got the 2 snaps and a twist.
Oh yeah.
And then this past Sunday, Brian Wiley picked the NASCAR winner.
You want to do it?
He gets
2 snaps and a circle. Ooh, and
Oh my! You know
a
what?
circle.
That was worth watching. That right there.
See, you didn't watch last week when he did the 2 snaps and a twist.
Oh yeah, I fully got the 2 snaps and
Anyway.
a twist.
We're gonna move
As long as
back.
we don't get
to
any copyright infringements
basketball.
when Living Color, we should be all right.
I didn't see. You just ruined it.
They
I didn't
know.
realize that was
It was all low key.
I saw. I saw the Jim
Black guy
Carrey.
knows it's from In Living Color.
There was a
The
black
Jim
show.
Carrey. Oh, Jim Carrey was on that.
No, it wasn't. Jim Carrey was on it.
It was still a
And
black
that's the
J-Lo
show.
was
whitest
on it.
man in the world.
J-Lo was a dancer, so no, she was not on
That's
it.
the only
So
reason I
Jim
watched
Carrey
it
is
was
the
the
one with
Living
death.
Color Dancers.
When Jim Carrey plays
All right.
death, that's fantastic.
So, shut up, Miguel.
Yeah!
Shut up, Miguel.
Hey, Suze, quiet down, Jesus.
All right. So, Black and White Sports, back to our final 4 this year. We have
2019.
2019. Howdy.
This year, 2019.
Howdy has picked Texas Tech and going up against Virginia in the final game. Us 3 have picked Michigan State to face Virginia in the final game. And real quick, let's pull
And if
up.
anybody wants to put a wager on it, you can message me.
He's really wanting your phone number, your digits, your house number, your address, and everything else.
Gaming. The gaming.
Your social security number.
Your
Social
gamer tag.
security number, your credit card number, and everything else.
Your gamer
So-
tag.
Let's talk our bracket bracket challenge up real quick. So as of right now, Stitz, Andy Schwimmer at 88 at first place, Teresa Nielsen at 86
Does he
in
swim?
She
second,
cheated.
and Emma Nielsen
cheated.
for 14 years. Did you say? Oh wow. And Emma Nielsen at 81, tied with Rodney Richardson, which is Robin. Right? And Tommy Dillingham at 81 points for third.
Did you really bring me another?
He needed another one.
After that was good.
He
Now,
won't take ground, but this is his second guy, Rosario.
I didn't call for that.
What did you just say?
so,
I don't know.
For everybody.
Oh, my.
And I said, "Is he being weird again?" They said, "Yes."
He said, "Is he getting weird again?"
Killing me, Smalls.
Yeah, I'm done.
So, all right.
It's starting to look like alcohol.
And that was that Lil Wayne.
Well, you're serving
It's not. It's
Lil Kane. Lil Kane.
Oh, he's coming
no,
in.
that's like
Patrick
Wayne-
Fleming.
That's Wayne Khalifa.
Lil Wayne.
Patrick Fleming.
Wayne Khalifa.
Patrick Fleming.
Wayne Khalifa.
Oh, he's like, really? He's serious. What do you know?
Patrick Fleming. Oh my God. Oh, what
Patrick
is going on?
Fleming in the
It's Patrick
house.
Fleming.
Patrick Fleming.
It's Burns Fleming, third removed cousin that's not really his cousin.
What's up, Maggie?
We got all the pieces up in the crib.
Hey, small world, folks. White
Indianapolis
guy
is small.
knows somebody.
White guys, no black people.
I'm just saying, y'all were questioning my friendshipness.
Dude, it's still in question.
Oh, well, anyway.
All right.
So
Because your ghetto pass done got revoked years ago, cuz.
I live on the east
Years
side.
ago. I don't care. I stayed on the east side Thursday. I scared.
All right, folks, here we go.
I don't live on the east side, and I'm
All right, hold on.
scared.
Yeah, I don't either.
PWSports1.com. Check out everything. Don't you do that, you mother. Oh,
Selfish.
I want his.
It's selfish.
I want to know which one's his mic. Because he ain't coming back on. That's fucked up. All right, folks, look. PWSports1.com. Check out everything sports.
Whoa. Hey!
Our editor-in-chief
Courtney
is
Thomas
in the
is in the
house,
crib.
folks.
It's Courtney Down Bear
You can
Thomas.
check the one and the ass out at Black and White Sports. You can check Tommy Boy and Howdy out at Checkers and Wreckers. And you can check everything out. Maybe Chuck Love will be on there sometime soon at BW.
No, he's on Netflix, cuz. He ain't trying to
Yeah,
get
he's
on
on
our
Netflix.
level.
Hey, he too big for us.
He's
You
on
Netflix.
feel me? He on
That
Netflix.
stuff smells.
Well,
He's
I'm
here.
not talking about height. So
Hey, what's up?
That smells good.
thank you.
We got to beat it. Well, Chuck Love wins on that one.
He does.
And it's
Down.
that
Hey,
sauce smells.
and Chuck Love was
That
here
is
before
up.
Tommy Boy.
Baby,
Hands
that
up.
smells out. Shut up.
Chuck Love showed up before Tommy Boy.
Oh,
Tommy
see,
Boy got 3
and
kids.
It wasn't even me. It wasn't even me.
Thank you,
That's
David.
it.
Yeah, Tommy Boy got 3 kids. All right, here we go.
That's all right, I got 5
Here we go.
that
This
I don't
is
know
for
about.
The NCAA Final Four.
Texas Tech Raiders and Virginia.
Who you got winning?
Virginia.
Virginia.
He's got
his
Virginia.
national champ. Tommy Boy.
I got Michigan State.
Michigan State. The one. Who you got?
Michigan State. Chuck Love, who you got?
Chuck Love. Who you got?
Oh, and I know it kills
Storm,
Pat
who you
Fleming,
got?
who you got? He's got Virginia.
The
See, that's
winner.
my new best friend right there.
Auburn.
Wow.
He's going with
One out,
Charles
man.
Barkley.
Oh,
Oh, the rifleman.
Editor in
hey,
chief.
and I'm going to tell you what, folks. Ain't none of us here going to argue with Big Storm.
I will.
You
No,
scared
you
of-
won't.
You scared of the taller black guy, aren't you?
Hey, that's
He's
the big
taller.
ass
He's,
dude.
he's like 2 inches taller than me.
What's he got to be
That's
black?
like Andre the
Because he
Giant
is
if he was
black.
black and English.
So here we go.
The Giant made a
Who
12-ounce
said that
beer.
again?
Look,
Michigan State.
Look at
Call
him.
Michigan State. You said Texas Tech.
Hey.
Cousin, who you got?
My wife's going for the winner.
You taking? All right, he's taking Texas Tech.
Texas
Fleming,
Tech.
who you got?
He's got
Who
Virginia.
you got?
for the final
Go,
Mrs.
Virginia,
Fleming, who you got?
Who you
I'm
got?
asking Brittany.
Virginia.
Brittany, bitch, who you
It's
got?
Brittany, bitch.
North Carolina. Brittany calls North Carolina.
That's all I'm talking about, Brittany, bitch. All right, so
Black
there,
gang, ain't it?
so there you have it. This is our live special show.
Hey, the door's over there. You can step.
This is Sparta.
Step right out.
Then go get us some damn drinks, woman.
Uh-oh. Don't point. Uh-oh.
Hey, The ass about to get the shit slapped out of him.
Brittany's about to be on camera here.
Oh!
Don't worry.
That's all you want is the tip.
See? That's all I need.
I want you to spill my
Christy
damn beer.
said you better not tip too much.
All right, so there you have it. You got Black and White Sports. You got Black and White Sports. You got Checkers and Records. We are BW Sports One.
We are being
We are everything.
I got
we are BW Sports One, and this is our Final Four special. And now it's time for you to tune
And you can check us back live in between the games.
in between the games, and we will be throwing up live stuff
We'll be
throughout the
going around
bar as the games go on.
I'm
so
gonna go out
enjoy,
downtown.
and we'll see you
I'm
later.
gonna walk
Thanks
these
for popping
streets,
in,
and I'm gonna ask.
we'll see you.
And this is why he's cut off.
I'm gonna ask these people out here who they think's gonna win it. I'm gonna go out here.
We'll do it
I am.
live.
There we go.
I
Do it
am.
live.
We're
Do it
gonna
live.
go live out
Live.
here.
BW
Live.
Sports
We're gonna have some fun tonight,
The
guys.
One, the Ass, Tommy Boy, Howdy, Black and White Sports, Checkers and Records. Check us out.
I'm gonna eat first
And
though.
as always, Damon, what do we do?
We keep it
Keep it
sporty,
sporty.
Indy.
I'm hitting the button now.
Hit the
Would you
damn
hit the damn
button.
button?
What's
Stop
taking
that
so
shit.
damn
All right, keep the
long?
rubber on the road.
Wow. He got that in 2 seconds.
Got it.
You like that?